Coming up, support continues to pour into communities across eastern Kentucky and some from out of state. And some healthcare professionals went off-roading to take supplies into hard-to-reach areas.
Plus, we're continuing to watch the potential for heavy rain working through the mountains this afternoon and evening. The latest on the way as Mountain News First at 4 continues right now.
Mountain News First at 4 continues.
Good afternoon, I'm Keaton Hall. We're continuing to watch areas of heavy rain working through parts of the mountains this afternoon. Our severe weather alert day coverage continues with meteorologist Evan Hatter tracking it all. Let's check in with him, Evan.
That's right, Keaton. We are watching some spots of heavy rain continuing to move through the mountains. The good news is the rain is not oriented east to west. It's more of a north-south, and things are moving from west to east. So we're not dealing with a ton of prolonged rainfall, but the rainfall we're seeing is quite heavy. Outside right now from our camera at Pikeville Medical Center, you see just in the left side of the shot, we're increasing the dark clouds as those continue to work through the region. Low 80s at the moment. Out front here at WYMT, it's a soggy sidewalk and soggy front parking lot as well. We've got just a few light showers here in Hazard. Flood watch continues through Saturday morning for just about all of us as we head into the overnight hours. Heaviest rain right now in the southern part of the viewing area. A few showers across the Mountain Parkway corridor and into the northern half of the area. Very heavy rain there along US 119. I mean, that is moving right toward downtown Harlan, so some downpours on the way, and as well over toward Pennington Gap and even Ewing, Virginia there in western parts of Lee County. We'll continue to see very heavy rain just south and east of McDowell. That's what's headed toward downtown Pikeville over the next few minutes. That storm has the potential to produce winds of up to 40 miles per hour as it continues off to the east. A lot of lightning with that storm as well. Everything here is moving from west to east and moving along at least a decent clip, so we're not dealing with repeated rainfall over the same areas, but it's still heavy out there. Level 2 slight risk for excessive rainfall through the nighttime hours. I've got the latest on where it's headed and when we look to dry out at least temporarily coming up in just a few minutes. Keaton?
Thanks.
Or to load up supplies for those who desperately need them. Now, one man drove from Louisville, others from other states, some coming here simply to do whatever they need to do. This is one of the small communities with a big heartbeat, and the school is the center of all of that. The need is great for all kinds of supplies, and today people answered that.
KSR has given us great publicity today here at Emmalina. It was unfortunate they didn't get to set up here, but they have probably 15 to 20 volunteers here helping, and I'm glad because we've been overrun in the last hour and a half.
The stories of survival are incredible. People thankful to be alive, not caring that everything they own is washed away or destroyed by the floodwaters. One family told me that they called their relatives to tell them that they were going to die. All of them, though, survived. Knott County, Phil Pendleton, now back to you.
The small school took in 18 deliveries of supplies Thursday and had already taken in that many by noon today. Well, it's now been more than 1 week since floods tore through the Isom community, destroying just about anything in its path. Mike and Charlotte Breeding, two locals in Isom, lost a lot of their home and businesses. They own Breeding's car wash just off of Highway 15, which was damaged, along with apartments and garages. Charlotte Breeding says what hurt the most, however, was losing sentimental items in their house across the street.
We lost everything pretty much, but we're trying to piece through everything. I've even got, the hardest thing is losing your pictures.
Breeding hopes to salvage as much of their house and businesses as they can. We'll have more on flood victims trying to save their homes at 5:30. Doctors and nurses from ARH have been riding ATVs into some of the areas hardest hit by the flood. They left ARH Medical Center in Whitesburg today with cases of water, tetanus shots, and hepatitis A shots.
Just trying to make rounds and help some people who wouldn't have otherwise opportunity to get out and seek care, whether it's for basic wound needs, water, tetanus vaccines, hepatitis A, whatever we can do for this community. They're preoccupied with their own lives and trying to make clean what's left of it up. So we're just trying to make somebody's life a little easier right now.
WYMT's Olivia Coffey spent the morning with them in the community, helping people. We'll have more on the story at 6. We want to remind you that we're partnering with WKYT in Lexington and WSAZ in Charleston, Huntington, West Virginia for Appalachia Rises, a week of giving. Our goal is to support the ARH Foundation Fund for Flood Relief and the Foundation for Appalachian Kentucky Crisis Fund. Hazard native Joe Kraft and his wife, former UN Ambassador Kelly Knightcraft, will match every dollar raised for the Foundation for Appalachian Kentucky Crisis Fund up to $1.5 million. You can get involved in the fundraising effort by scanning the QR code right there in the top corner of your screen. Coming up on First at 4, popular radio show host and conspiracy theorist Alex Jones is required to pay money to the parents of the Sandy Hook shooting victims.
Plus, heavy rain still a potential as we head through the remainder of this evening. Got the full breakdown on the way.